right, so here's what we're going to do.
All right.
We're going to work on our ergos one more time. We're going to do a 5-round rhythm drill. Spit about a 1 second, 1.5 second cadence.
Okay.
Lock yourself in nice and tight. Get the gun center line, body up, and all we're doing is working sights, trigger, recoil management, making sure we're keeping the gun tight. 5 shots, 6 sight pictures. We start with sights, end with sights. And I just want you to hit that plate from standing.
Okay.
5 rounds. Stand by, 5 rounds, and tap rack. There you go. Now you had a malfunction, hit the magazine well. I think we hit the mag release, is what we did. And what you did was exactly correct. Tap, tug, rack, and re-engage. So what manipulation did we change from what we were doing on M4?
Absolutely zero.
None. Same thing. All right. So far we're cooking with gas, right? One more time. Low, ready, stand by. So the big question is how much slower is that than with an M4 is about the same? It's a guarantee hits.
Yeah, there's no real difference. I don't see any perceived time change as far as mounting the gun, delivering rounds, effective fire of the gun. And here's the thing we know. How fast is fast enough?
Yeah, exactly.
It's dependent on the situation, the environment, where we're working around, other people.
Physical conditions at the time you have to shoot.
Exactly.
Yep. Exactly right. That's exactly right. So we'll do a traditional kneeling then. We'll do standing to kneeling, and we'll do a traditional kneeling in this case.
Okay.
5 rounds from kneeling. Stand by, and hit! Nice high kneeling right there. That's good. Awesome. So a lot of the weight is in the back end of the gun, right?
I notice a little bit of transfer when I go down to kneeling. There's a little bit difference. Obviously I don't have as much mechanical leverage on the gun being so far out on it like I would traditional M4.
Yep. So it sinks a little bit, let it settle, and then you're good to go. Yeah. What I want you to do is something unusual, though. Okay. I want you to bring the weapon up, aim it at the target, safety off, take the primer or support hand off the weapon. And I want you to fire about 5 rounds, your own pace. Don't worry about going fast. Hit the plate. Go ahead, send it. Hit, 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 hit. There you go. One more for good measure. So
I can actually see remounting into the gun a little bit more, getting more aggressive behind the gun.
Exactly, for recoil management. But your pace was only slightly slower than when you had 2 hands on it, if you notice.
Yeah, it's not much difference. I mean, if I really were to drive into the gun, bury behind the gun. Guns out.
Out. Okay, let's talk reloads real quick. Good.
All right.
So what you're going to do, I'm going to talk about reload. And I'll hit this. I'm going to do a tack reload of an empty magazine in my gun. And it's kind of a standard kind of thing.
Sure.
Okay. But we'll get to that in a minute. So combat reload, one of the common misnomers of the system is it's slower than M4 because everything's at the back. And if you understand the system and the mechanics of it, it's actually faster in some ways because everything's a little closer to you. It's actually more in your workstation than something where you had to be further out and you'd have to sink the gun in. So I come up, I'm going to feel that bolt lock to the rear, and typically, it takes a little getting used to because the recoil impulse is different. So there I've got the bolt lock in the rear. While the gun's upright, what I'm going to do is, just like you would on any rifle or carbine or pistol, hands are going to separate. They're going to do different jobs. This one's going to hit, and as the mag rolls out, I'm going to bring the magazine or the mag well into my body. I'm going to look at it real quick, insert, again, run that thumb up the spine, bring it right back in, and shoot again. Okay? So, to do that kind of in real time, again, different type of tack load there, and it's an L, it's something you might have seen before. You can do it on a
traditional type of tack loads, L's, side by side, wedges, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You could do the beer can too.
Sure.
Either way it works. Okay. So doing it real slow and smooth and fast without hauling, I come up, I engage, I dumps, insert, hit, back on the gun, and I re-engage again. Now the cool thing about it is I don't have to bring the sight so far off target. So my time to bring the sights back on, a lot shorter. All right.
So instead of keeping a traditional mount with an M4, which obviously is a lot longer, but keeping it pinned in the shoulder, just giving it a slight rotation, insert, and back on.
Exactly. That's all you got to do. So when, we'll kit up a little bit more tomorrow. We'll actually work these for time and get more mechanics down. Right now we're kind of getting the basics, concept of operation. So we do that one more time, and I'll do it at 100. This is 100 yards we're shooting at on the plate. So Obviously, the shot time or the split's going to be a little longer because we want to make sure we're hitting something.
All right, Tom. This will be 1, reload 1. Stand by. Up. It's quick.
Yep, it is fast. And like I said, you know, I went from an M4, and I shot an M4 for years. I mean, that's what we used. That's what we used at my old training facility for a long time. It's a good weapon. I'm not going to take anything away from anything, but within a very short amount of time of getting the technique down, and all it is mechanics, I'm doing reloads as fast, if not faster, with this. Mainly because everything's just a little closer.
It's a little closer. Everything is more confined space. I like it.
Exactly. And like I said, your traditional tack reloads, everything you would do, like the beer can, coming up, magazine high, popping it out, push, pull, in. The L, traditional L technique, you know, rotate, push, pull, I'm in. Even the traditional, like the V technique.
Right.
The difference is here, I'm going to go to the outside of my arm.
You're going to go under.
I got to go underneath, and I got to go to the outside of my arm. That helps split the V, pop it out, push, pull, recover that magazine. Obviously, if it was a whole rack, I'd put that partial as far away from my primary load area as I could. So, real simple. Questions?
I like it.
You want to shoot a little bit more?
Of course.